Today we are going to discuss the modifications that we made to the 2019 Ford Ranger that we've named Ranger Rick. And we're also going to start off with the mistake I made in purchasing a 2023 Subaru Outback Touring XT, their top of the line model, because that's what I was going to make the overlanding vehicle out of, was this Outback. Would have been nice, wicked expensive to modify it. It was Derek that, once he came to take over the business, he looked at it and he goes, "Why aren't you using your Ford Ranger?" Never occurred to me. I love that truck. It was my driver. I didn't want to modify it. Made much more sense. We saved a bucket load of money by not doing the Subi. I don't really like the Subi anyway. It has this annoying habit of making this escalating tone when you unbuckle your seatbelt for any reason, like to get into your pocket or something, and then it escalates. It goes ding, 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 then it goes ding, 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 and then it goes, if you don't pay attention to it, if you don't do as it says, it eventually gets very loud, mutes your radio. I can't abide that. It's my car. Don't you tell me what to do. This is New Hampshire. We don't have to wear seatbelts. I always do, but I don't want to be told by a freaking car that I must put on my seatbelt. I refuse. I will sell the car for that reason and that reason alone. There's another reason. When I get in, the car will recognize your face and go to your settings. It confuses me for Derek all the time, and it confuses Derek sometimes with me. That's irritating. Is that reason enough? That's probably not reason enough, but the seatbelt thing, that's reason enough.
Thought it was a nickname because you drive a Subaru.
I drive a Subaru because I'm gay.
The reason we got a Subaru, this was initially this 2023 Outback Touring XT was going to be the vehicle that we converted into an overlanding vehicle. It's a fantastic car. I mean, I don't really like it because there's some things about it that I just don't like. But as an overlanding vehicle, we were going to put a 3-inch lift on it. We were going to have a rooftop tent. Inside there would have been a deck system, or kind of a deck system. But this is what we were thinking about. This was the look we were going for. It was just too expensive. And then Derek said, "You got that nice Ford Ranger. Why don't you use it? It's got 4-wheel drive." It never really occurred to me. I'd already bought the Subi, but we decided to look into the Ranger. Well, this is it. This is the Ranger. It's got the carrier on the back, the swing arm. This is the Ranger with all the modifications. KO2s, ARE topper in the back. It's got a cool aftermarket grille with a light bar in it. It's a really nice truck. This is gonna do just fine. We'll be going through all the gear, of course. In fact, there's more on this video breaking down the different things that we modified on the truck. That carrier is for muddy boots, coats, things like that. Bulky items that we don't want to keep inside, that don't need to be inside. All right, let's move on. Okay, here's a nice close-up of the 265/60/18 KO2s. We got 6 of them. Here is the stage 1 suspension, the Icon suspension we put in the front. Didn't need much up front, but it is adjustable. In the rear, we put in a stage 3 Icon suspension. Gave us 3 inches of lift and really bolstered our weight capacity. Okay, so now what we're going to discuss is the deck system we put in, the platform system with the drawers. Basically, it's just hard, I guess polycarbonate or PVC, I don't know. It's just that really dense plastic that has 2 drawers. They're 6 foot long. Unfortunately, they don't come all the way out, but this one is probably 14 inches wide, and this one is considerably longer, and it's probably 2 feet wide. But this thing's cool. It latches well in place, and you have to lift up on it to get it to roll in. But this is, and then it locks in place, which is cool. The platform will be used for sleeping, and as you will see in other videos, it's loaded up pretty heavy on both sides, and then Jippy, when traveling, is in the middle. And that's really all there is to the deck system. Am I missing anything?
No, I think that's it.
All right, that's all there is for the deck system, which we'll do a full review on it once we've actually used it. This is a shot of the empty Ranger Rick cab. As you can see, there's nothing in here. Got a good view of the modification we made to the back here. Pulled everything out. Seat belts, seats, anything we could pull out here we did. The modification to the cab was mostly on the passenger side, where we removed the seat, and that's really all we did, was just pull the seat out of here, seat belts, that sort of thing. Underneath those 2 covers there are the tire chains, winter tire chains. So this is what the cab looks like when it's full. Down here I've got a headlamp, some gloves, magnifying glass, some pens, a notepad, some eyeglasses, the keys to everything in the back. Over here you've got the Goal Zero, which you can turn on while you're driving and make sure everything's charging, because it plugs into the truck while you're driving. On top you have all the map books, manuals for virtually everything that we have here. Here's the back side of the Dometic with the remote control for the Max fan. Up front here you've got your radar detector and Garmin 750i InReach SAT communicator. Down here you have the CB radio And that white box is for all charging. There'll be cords that go from the strip. There's an electrical strip hidden back there. In fact, I'll show you. It is right there. So everything that's going to be charging is going to be charging in this. That's where everything is going to go, and everything needs to be charged. Back here we've got Vortex binoculars that I can get to quickly. We've got my basic clothes. This is not overclothes, top layers, no shoes, nothing like that. Those all go in the trunk that rides on the back. And then we have the DJI bin that has all electrical equipment in it. Over here we've got the ham radio, the Baofeng, which I'm still trying to figure out how that thing works, but it is there. And then down here, very easy to get to, is a poncho, a rain poncho, so I can step out and put it on at the exact same time. So this is the driver's side. Now on the passenger side, you can see this platform. I think I got a picture of that before. So it's basically spanning where the tire chains are back there. But there you can see the battery pack, the buddy, the recovery system, the winch or come along is right there, the bin full of DeWalt tools, bare fence, hand tools, Bowie knife, first aid kit. That's all right here. And to get into the Dometic is right there. So that is the vehicle in the cab, fully loaded, ready to roll. Except for food. I got to put food in the Dometic. A few other small items, but this is basically it. All right, now we're going to do the contents on top of the sleeping platform or the deck system. On the right side, we have a Plano tote. We have a Plano tote with miscellaneous. We'll go through all this stuff. Is now the time to go through all this stuff? We gonna open all these?
Nah, we'll probably want an overhead shot.
All right, so what we've done is we Velcroed this. This is the foam mattress with a vinyl cover. No, I don't wet the bed. It's for Belle when she gets in and she's got muddy feet or something. I'll be able to wipe it down. So those are Velcroed in these Planos. The Velcro stays in there. The Velcro is attached to the back permanently of that. This is a waterproof bag. What do you call these things?
Dry bags.
Dry bag. We have no idea what it's for, but it's in there.
Extra.
Extra. This Plano is for food, which is prepared with a hanger, metal inside. We'll show you when we go through all this stuff. So you can throw it up in a tree if you want to, but more likely than not, it'll just be placed off site with where the water cleaning station is or where the water station is. It's gonna be outside of the bare fence. Oh yeah, we got a bare fence. which is what this is. This is this is the bare fence vertical poles. And here is my trekking pole for beating off polar bears if I get so close to one. I need to beat him off and say, get away from me. On this side, hi Coco, well, what are you doing? On this side, we have the water jugs. These are, we've established that they are 22 liters. We don't know how many gallons that is, but I'm sure you can Google that. I think it's 7. Because it was 14.
6 gallon.
It's 6 gallon. 22
Liters.
liters is 6 gallons of water. And we have 2 of these. So if you take 2 and multiply it times 6, you get 12 total gallons. That's cool. Okay, now on this side, we've got the bed, not the mattress. We already pulled that out. This is on top of there, and it bungees down so it won't roll over, because this is where Jippy's gonna be, Jippy is gonna be when I'm driving. So in here is a very heavy sleeping bag, wool blanket, and you know that extra sleeping bag that's somewhere? I think it's in one of the planos. There's enough room for it to go in here. Yeah. But then I thought, yeah, but every time you open this up, you don't want that thing floating around. No. So there's sleeping. These, the foil cover ones, are to cover the windows in the cab, and then we custom made these felt gizmos that fit over all of the windows. And when we go over Ranger Rick's components, we'll tell you how we did that. We're using magnets. So this is the grill. This are all the kitchen components. Instapot, stuff, skillets, silverware, skewers for marshies. Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of marshies. These here is the other section of bare fenced verticals. Here's this stick, and I forget what it's for. What's this stick for? It props up this. Once you put the tent on, this comes down to about here. But if it snows, let's say we get caught in a blizzard and the snow starts piling up. I want to keep this up. Is that why, or was this falling down?
No, it wasn't falling down. We just wanted to get something under it just in case.
Just in case we have a stick.
Beating polar bears.
What else we have in here? These are the leveling gizmos. More leveling gizmos. This thing is so cool. I don't know if you know what this is. Am I in the shot? Are we good?
Yeah, you're good.
What this is, it's for a fifth wheel where you can reach in and unlock the fifth wheel gizmo. But this works great for grabbing. I climbed in there and pulled all that stuff out. You don't really have to. You can use this. You just reach in, hook onto it, and pull it out. That thing's cool. And then we have a brush, because I'm taking Jippy and she's always dirty. Can you hear her out there? She's out there chasing critters. Boo! That's all she does all day long. Here, that's her. Okay, and the last thing in here is just a carpet. So I take it out, shake it out, we can take the brush it out. So we got that. And that's everything.
The side.
Do it?
The sides.
Oh, the sides. That's everything but the sides. These are cool because we got these hidden compartments where we'll be hiding all the interior of the truck. You can't really see it, but when we do the real interior of this, you'll see that there's well, we'll do that when we do it, which is next. The next mod we did was a brand motion forward and rear camera, including a 32 gigabyte drive. You can either record front, record back. You do that by swiping on the mirror, left, right. You can also get a split screen, but you can't record both at once. So hopefully when you're about to get jacked from the front, you've got it right, or you have the presence of mind to swipe right or whatever it needs to be swiped. It's really nice. The camera on the back is right here. Painted it orange so people know they're being recorded. And you might notice this rattle bomb cap that I modified as a rain guard. Yes, I did that on my own. The next mod we accomplished with some trepidation was the Max fan. On the day that we brought this home, within an hour of bringing this, how much was this topper? Was it $3,800? Yeah. You don't have to whisper. They're probably not figuring that I am doing this all on my own. Magic. Is I cut a frickin' hole in this topper. It's probably not going to do it because it's going to focus on me. I would have to get in here.
I got it.
Oh, you got it. Cut a hole in the topper. Turned out real nice. Pretty easy to do. It's a constant 12 volt DC hookup, which we already had back to the topper because of the light back here. So actually it was very easy. And what that'll do, it'll allow us to pull a lot of the condensation out from sleeping in this small area. Typically condensation in campers, tents, etc. is a thing, and that should help considerably. I forget how many CFMs. Remember, we will do reviews on all this gear, all the gear, once we know how it really works. But this should be just fine. The remote control, which is, we've got the remote control Velcroed to the back of the Dometic, and it works by pushing buttons. because it's
That's how remotes work.
because it's a remote. And you also have controls on the fan itself. Now, cool thing about the fan is it will open. You can set it to a temperature and it will open if it gets too hot back there. And if it's raining, it'll automatically close. So it's a pretty cool fan. All the gear inside here we'll do at a different time. These are just mods. Trail arm is a cool system because it fits right into the existing hitch. It's a 5-pin. We have it locked, of course. Very heavy steel. I'm gonna say damn near 1/4 inch. Very heavy. I think if I remember correctly, again, we'll do reviews on all this stuff. I want to say this out of the box was 75 pounds. I think that's right. This wire harness goes to the carrier box that goes on the back, which we're going to do in this vid. We just don't have it on yet because I forgot to put it on. Or Derek did, actually. Cool thing about the carrier is we've got a secure place to mount our high lift. We've got a 4-gallon Rotopack system that is locked in the back. It also, and this is the receiver, that's the stock. This is the one attached to the rigid, not rigid, it's rigged, R-I-G''D, rigged trail arm or swing arm. But this is a part of that swing arm, and even though it's off center, it is what we're going to put our carrier on, and you'll see how that works out here in a minute. This is real easy. You might want to come over here to lock it. It has a pin. The pin goes in there. Boom, you go in there. It's got a light. It has these detents in it here that when you open it up, you can put another pin that we have in here if you want to block it closed.
Push that back.
This,
Yeah, the camera was focused.
like that.
Yep,
Perfect.
perfect.
Now, in terms of the topper, this is the ARE topper. In fact, I'm going to have to open this up again. Fiberglass topper, we got it at Truck Trends in Tilton, New Hampshire. I was going to remember that. It is lined. It's all lined. We removed, you know, they give you those aluminum C-clamp things that all toppers come with nowadays. I don't like them. We pulled them out and we drilled in 6 through bolts. Now you might notice, can you get the magnets on top of those windows? Maybe. There are some magnets that we super glued above these windows because we custom made some black, or at least, yeah, it's black, felt that fit over there, and then we attach them with these magnets that are affixed underneath the rail to give us some privacy. I'm gonna go inside. Why don't you shoot from here to me inside? And I'm gonna talk a little bit about the window, and then you can come around. Now, the coolest modification that we made, I think, or the one that we were most anxious about anyway, is this pass-through. We took out the windows of both the Topper and the Ranger, modified the size so they were exactly the same size, and you'll see that when he gets on the other side. And we found a boot somewhere in California. Again, we'll put all this stuff in the descriptions of with whom we purchase this stuff with. To the best of our knowledge, it is leak-free. Although this thing lives in a garage, that's probably not a real good thing. But here, I'll show you. Okay, so I'm in Mexico, and a gang of guys are trying to get me. I escape out the back. So now, I don't know how, you might not be able to focus on me, but now get it from in here. So this is the inside of the cab, kind of give you an idea, but it's pretty easy to get in and out of. I'm really looking forward to using it in an emergency. You know, like a polar bear is trying to get in the back and I need to get out the front. Or what kind of emergency? A polar bear's a good one. Okay, so a polar bear's getting in the back, Jippy and I get in the front and drive away. And the polar bear's too big to get at us in the front. Oh yeah, that could happen. Is there anything in here we need to do? I think the only other modification is a suspension. On the rear, we used Bandit, Bandit
Off-road. Bandit off-road.
Bandit Off-Road in Manchester. Great folks to work with. We put in a stage 3 Icon suspension in the back. That gives us about 3 inches of lift in the back and about an additional, I think it was 700 pounds in capacity.
900.
We'll say 800 of capacity, which we needed because having the GVWR on this stock is 6,000 pounds, and the last time I weighed it prior to the suspension, I was at 5,800 and and we still had some shit to do.
Yeah, it was starting to look like a South Carolina squat truck.
Yeah, it was squatting a little bit. I mean, it wasn't bad. I probably could have got away with it, but this was a smart thing to do. Now, we didn't put stage 3 on the front, we just put a stage 1 on the front. It is adjustable. We can bring it up. When all the weight is out of the back, we can actually bring this up so we're rolling flat so it doesn't look like it's jacked up.
Was it not a stage? I thought we got stage 3 all the way around.
Nope, stage 1. Adjustable stage 1.
Yep.
Yeah, because there was we weren't doing anything to the front. They're the ones that recommended not spending the money.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the grill, we got the suspension, we got the KO2s. The topper, I don't know, did we totally do the topper? The outside, I like that it's got this rhino cover, kind of goes with the whole black-white motif of the truck. Got a sliding window on each side that is half light. Half of it ventilates. The Starlink, maybe, we're having trouble, maybe will be mounted to the top. And you say, well, that will look odd. No, it won't. Not when we're done with it. But that's only a maybe. We're having some supplier issues right now. Not with Starlink, with the equipment we need to modify Starlink. It's a company out of California called Star Mount. Hopefully it goes well. So far it hasn't particularly been smooth sailing, but we'll see. Everything might just be fine, but then again it might not. We're gonna have to wait and see. Other modifications, I think that's it for mods on the 2019 Ford Ranger Lariat dark version. It's got about 40,000 miles on it. Everything that we talked about, I'll put the suppliers and the products and the descriptions. And thank you very much for watching. Free.